Welcome to the Layman Seminary. My wife and I were continuing our series on how to outline the book of Galatians using descriptive summaries. In the previous video, we were adding into a particular outline that I've already done and almost completed because in another series I did on the book of Acts, I went through the whole process of developing an outline. So on this one, I'm just filling in some different stuff, to add to your ability. So if you haven't seen those ones on Acts, you may want to go back and watch those. And in the last video, we started making descriptive summaries at a certain level. And we're going to do that as well in this one as well, because what we have, Janet, is in Galatians 5:2-6, we need a paragraph summary, okay? And then in addition to that, 2-15, we need a pericope summary. So let's do the paragraph summary first. I'll let you read it. 2-6, is that what I said? Yeah, 2-6. Go ahead.
Behold, I, Paul, say to you that if you receive circumcision, Christ will be of no benefit to you.
I turned my video off because my hair is crazy right now. And I just realized it. All right, go ahead.
You forgot.
Yeah,
Okay.
I forgot.
It's fine. My goodness, be yourself. Me either. See, look.
Yeah,
Anyway.
It's different when you're a woman. But anyway, we look like Bozo the Clown. You look like natural. But anyway, keep going.
Okay. Behold, I, Paul, say to you that if you receive circumcision, Christ will be of no benefit to you. Yeah. And I testify again to every man who receives circumcision that he is under obligation to keep that whole law. You have been severed from Christ. You who are seeking to be justified by law, you have fallen from grace. For we, through the Spirit, by faith, are waiting for the hope of righteousness. For in Christ Jesus, neither circumcision nor uncircumcision means anything, but faith working through love.
Okay, what is your descriptive summary for that? Notice, guys, this may help you. She's looking away from the text. She's closing her eyes so that her paraphrases are not based on her words, but her understanding of it. So it's at a summary level. You can always go back in more in detail and do it. But let me stop talking before she forgets what she read. Go ahead.
Yeah, I lost my memory now. Anyway, so Paul, how you say this? Paul emphasizing himself. Paul emphasizing himself to tell the audience that if Christians believes if they believe circumcision is to obey, then Christ's death is nothing.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to add?
Yeah. Wait. Paul said to the believers that if they believe that circumcision is a way of I don't want to say salvation, is a way of
sanctification.
Yeah, it's a way of sanctification. Yeah, sanctification is fine, but because it says about the law, so about Christ's death. So, Paul said that circumcision is not of the it's not of positional circumcision, but it is a sanctification. Oh, sorry guys.
You're doing fine. If you feel like
Paul,
you're stuck,
Paul,
oh,
no. Paul said to the believers that Paul emphasizes to the believers that the circumcision is not the way, is not the fruit of what does Christ did on the cross. But no, it's not about circumcision.
okay. Open your eyes. Open your eyes and look at it and see if you have any words of clarification before we look
Okay.
at my sentence.
Okay, Paul said
Summary.
that if you receive circumcision, Christ will. Oh, okay. No receive as testified that receive circumcision that he is made obligation to keep the law. Okay, okay. You have been Christ who seeking to justify by law. You have fallen. Okay, so through the through the Holy Spirit by faith are waiting for the hope of righteousness. Okay. For in Christ Jesus, neither circumcision or uncircumcision means anything but faith working through love. Okay, so Paul telling to the believers that uh, that uh, if the, what is this? What the believers, if they obey the circumcision, then Christ died means nothing because God's uh, uh, I'm stuck. I'm
It's all right.
sorry.
It's okay. You're doing good. You're doing good now. But see that's a paragraph. That's a Greek paragraph, and that's a little bit difficult, right? That's why we do Greek sentences. Okay. So read my Greek sentences and then try to make your paragraph summary from those.
Paul gets more direct, yeah, and explain that circumcision bondage will keep them from benefit of Christ. Yes, yeah. 5:3. Paul repeats himself or in closure that he must keep the whole law to do this. Paul describes them as cut off from Christ if they seek to be justified by law keeping. Yeah, I have in mind, but I don't have words. It's very difficult for me to put into words. This is because they have fallen from grace. Paul explains that it is by the enabling spirit and the principle of faith they are waiting for the hope of righteousness. Paul explains that the physical act of circumcision does nothing. Nothing of what? Instead, it is the principle of faith working through love experientially. I'm stuck with that because it says does nothing. Nothing of what?
And if a person gets circumcised or they don't get circumcised, they don't receive a blessing from God because they did it. It doesn't matter whether you're a Jew that's circumcised or a Gentile that's not circumcised. There's no blessing in it.
It does nothing.
God does not command circumcision.
The physical act of circumcision does okay. The physical act of circumcision does nothing. Nothing for what?
It's not beneficial. It's not profitable.
Beneficial of what?
It's not pleasing to God. It has no.
Why they need to
you don't receive you don't receive rewards.
What is the purpose of circumcision?
Well, in the Old Testament, it was a sign of the covenant.
So the sign of the covenant of no.
Focus on the descriptive summary, not the theology right now, because we'll be here forever, and you don't want to be here forever. You told me.
Yeah, I need to do something.
Okay.
So, that's why I stuck with it because I want to have reason of why they need why.
Okay, understand this. When it says circumcised, it's talking about Jewish Israelites. Okay.
Yeah, for what?
And when
circumcision of what?
Of the penis.
I know. Guys, sorry. I know the purpose. I should say the purpose of circumcision.
The purpose of circumcision was to say that you were going to follow the covenant, that you believed the God of the covenant, and that you were going to follow
So
the
the follow
covenant
the
and
law.
be accountable to the covenant. Yeah, but see, circumcision came into effect before the Mosaic law. The sign
So
of the
why
Mosaic
Christ?
law, the sign of the Mosaic law was not circumcision, it was the Sabbath. The sign of the Abrahamic covenant was circumcision.
So why Christ? I
But you're
was thinking
right, these
about
legalists are
Christ.
making it the sign. They're basically saying, okay, Gentiles, you're saved now, but you need to go cut your penis to be accepted. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, circumcision. But we are in circumcision. So Paul.
Janet, if I'm a Gentile, right? Okay,
We are.
you're a Gentile. Yes, we're not Jews.
Mm.
Do we have to get circumcised to get saved? And I know women are not circumcised, at least within Judaism, but you understand what I'm
Oh,
saying.
yeah, that's why I said
Do we
earlier
do
that
we have to
I
get
am I am stuck because my brain it says the death of Christ comparing with the circumcision, and I cannot put words in it because I don't have words.
okay, all right. Think of it like
That's why
this.
I'm stuck.
Jesus' death on the cross brought to an end the Mosaic covenant as a code. The Mosaic covenant required circumcision, okay?
Mm.
But circumcision is no longer required because the Mosaic law code is no longer in operation right now.
An operation, not no law. Okay.
Okay, the Mosaic code is no longer the means of experiential sanctification.
Okay.
Got it?
But that's
So you
experience.
don't have to get circumcised to be saved, or you don't have to be circumcised to get sanctified either.
So you don't need to do circumcision in for your sanctification.
Right, right,
Yeah, so no need to circumcise them.
right. But these people were teaching. At one time, they were teaching you had to be saved by
That you,
doing it.
so yeah. Okay. I just don't have words for it. I don't.
That's
I'm
fine.
lack
All
of
right. So
English.
now that we've talked about it, help me make a Greek paragraph summary of this.
Huh? Again, please.
Help me make a Greek paragraph summary of this section now that we've talked about it. Okay. So Paul explains that their wrong belief about the necessity of circumcision
Circumcision.
for experiential sanctification actually
Yeah, because Christ.
actually shows they are not operating from the principle of grace. So, ironically, by wanting to force, by, let's say this, by teaching that one thing should be cut, they are cutting themselves off from Christ in a sense. Because you see where it says right here, you have been severed from Christ. Severed means to be cut off. So if you go around teaching people that you have to cut your private part to be sanctified or saved, then really what you're doing is you're cutting yourself off from Christ. That's not talking about losing salvation, because the purpose, look what it says in the beginning. Christ is of no benefit to you. You can't receive the blessings that Christ's death and the positional truth that comes from that if you are walking by law of works instead of by grace. Understand?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, you got to make a summary of 7 through 12. Janet, are you messaging?
Yeah, I know you. I know you can feel me.
All right, focus. We can't take your phone
You're
away like some teachers do. 7 through 12, go.
you were running well. You hindered. You were running well. You hindered. You who hindered you from obeying the truth? You were running well. Who hindered you from obeying the truth? This persuasion did not come from him who calls you. A little leaven leavens the whole lump of dough. I have confidence in you, in the Lord, that you will adopt no other view, but the one who is disturbing you will bear his judgment, whoever he is. But I, brethren, if I still preach circumcision, why I am still persecuted? Then the stumbling block of the cross has been abolished. I wish that those who are troubling you would even mutilate
Mutilate themselves.
mutilate themselves. For you were called
Okay,
to.
I think you only had to read the 7 to 12. Let's check. Yeah, 7 to 12.
Oh.
Okay, so close your eyes and tell me what that's talking about.
Wait. 7 to 12. You were running well, hindered you from obeying the truth. This person did not come from him who calls you. A little believers who. Oh, I have confidence in you, in the Lord, that you will adopt no other view, but the one who is disturbing you will bear his judgment, whoever he is. But I, brethren, if I still preach with them, okay, I was troubling you themselves. Okay. Here I am again. Paul. What? Wait. Okay. Paul.
You failed. You
Yeah,
cheated.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's for
Okay.
your own study. Go ahead.
Okay. Paul. Um. What the? Uh.
Okay, do you see the point? Doing a paragraph summary is more difficult, right?
Yeah. What about verse?
Sentence summaries are easier.
Yes, because it's so broad.
Okay, all right. So read my Greek sentence summaries, and then make a paragraph summary from those. Let me get this so you don't cheat.
Paul said they were running well, but hindered from obeying the truth because they do not hear from God's authoritative apostles. Paul explains that a little compromise will affect everything, like yeast does to bread. Oh, yeah, I'm doing that right earlier. Paul says he has confidence in them because they are in the Lord, but the distorter is under the ban. In Paul clarifies that he does not preach circumcision or that there would be no obstacle to the cross. Paul wishes these troubles would
Mutilate themselves.
mutilate themselves.
Okay. So what is your paragraph summary based off of that?
The paragraph summary is I think Paul didn't Paul's statement is talking about the uh, the uh, the disturbance of the believers from the false teachers about circumcision.
Okay.
But Paul didn't worry about it because Paul know that they are in the Lord. And to those who want to disturb them, those people mutilate themselves.
Okay. All right. All right. So reading my paragraph summary. That was pretty good. Reading my paragraph summary.
Yeah. Paul explains these Galatian Christians are being hindered from legalism taught by the false brethren. Oh, I'm using different words. Under the ban, Paul clarifies that he does not preach circumcision and uses strong language against those who do.
Right. Because what he means by mutilate is okay, you want to teach, you got to cut a little bit of it. Why don't you just mess it all up? You know? So he's being sarcastic again or irony. Okay.
Okay.
Now, this is the difficulty of Sawako.
Oh,
We're going to have to split the screen to do this. Hey, come back. All right. So we got Greek one, we got first paragraph, right? Then we got second paragraph. Okay, so what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to combine these two paragraphs first. And then we're going to have to combine the third one. All right, so read these two paragraphs, the highlighted part, and make a summary from that.
Paul explains that their unbelief about the necessity of circumcision for experiential sanctification actually shows they are not operating from the principle of grace. Ironically, by teaching the one thing should be cut, they are cutting themselves off from Christ in a sense. Paul explains these Galatian Christians are being hindered from legalism taught by the false brethren under the ban. Paul clarifies that he does not preach circumcision and uses strong language against those who do.
Now, I could be wrong about this, but this paragraph summary sounds like it's actually the pericope summary. So we can probably just do this. We're going to copy this and add a few words. But you are being hindered from legalism, and I'm going to be taught by circumcision. Taught by the false brethren of the brand. Paul clarifies that he does not preach or use strong language against those who do. Okay? So yeah, that's how we fix that part. Now we got to do the second part. There's one little Greek paragraph here. It says Paul exhorts them to love rather than be cannibalistic. And I'll let you read the passage. Here, go ahead, read these Greek summaries, sentence summaries.
Paul explains that they were called to be free, so they should serve one another in love and not allow the flesh. Well, that's difficult.
Yeah, it is difficult. Get a 14.
Paul states that the intent of the Mosaic law, still in revelatory means of experiential sanctification, is fulfilled by love. Paul warns about cannibalism.
Right. And so my summary was Paul exhorts
So why
them
you
to
use cannibalism? Because of circumcision, the penis?
No, don't you remember when I was doing the free grace study? I was teaching on this passage. But
Where
if
is
you
the
bite and
circumcision? You
devour one
didn't.
another,
No, you didn't let me read the passage. That's
you're
why.
That's gonna be the most famous part of this video, I bet. People are gonna be replaying that part. I mean, there could be a connection because,
What is
but
oh, oh my goodness,
anyway.
what did I say? I went out.
Okay. All right. Here. Let's start right here at 11 and read all the way down to 15. So you got some
Yeah,
context.
next time you will let me read the passage first
Well,
before
you said you
your.
were in a hurry, so I was like, okay, I'll just let you read my descriptive
Because
summaries.
I didn't know why is that cannibalism. I thought that I already read the.
Anyway, go ahead. Read. You may have made the right connection. I'm not going to go into details about that, but 11 through 15, 11 through 15. Go ahead, read.
But I, brethren, if I still preach circumcision, why am still preach 11 or 12?
Start at 11.
Okay. But I, brethren, if I still preach circumcision, why am still persecuted? Then the stumbling block of the cross has been abolished. I wish that those who are troubling you would even mutilate themselves. For you were called to freedom, brethren. Only do not turn your freedom into opportunity for the flesh, but through love serve one another. For the whole law is fulfilled in one word, in the statements, you shall love your neighbors as yourself. But if you bite, see, if you bite and devour one another, take care that you are not consumed by one another.
Okay, but pause real quick. Let's talk about this for a minute. All right.
Hmm.
We know that in circumcision, it is the cutting of physical flesh, right?
Yeah.
But it's supposed to represent sanctification, which is no longer living by the flesh, right? But associated with the covenants. They're having conflicts. They're fighting against each other, right? They're biting. Well, when you're talking about biting, what are you doing? You're attacking the flesh. And you're chopping things up, mutilating, dividing, except you're doing it with your teeth. And then it says so that you're not eaten by each other. So to cover that idea, I don't know if I'd unpack it.
Why you said cannibalism then? See, Paul warns about cannibalism. That's why, and
look,
it's and it's about it's about circumcision.
Well, so I could explain that, but this is the point. This part's about cannibalism. But if you bite and devour one another, that means eat each other. Take care that you're not consumed by one another. So it's talking about spiritual cannibalism. You tear each other down instead of build people up, is what he's talking about. But your point is correct, and I think we can even say this, is that Paul exhorts them to love rather than
fighting,
do violence to themselves.
Violence to themselves.
Well, to love rather than act
fleshly,
cannibalistic to each other. Okay. Let's stop the view. All right. And I think that was all. I think we filled in all the blanks so far. I may do more with it. I may bring in the other outline stuff, and I want to do some more coloring and stuff, but you helped me to do what I needed to do for now. Is there any comments, questions, thoughts that you have in light of what we did?
Thoughts. My thought is I'm praying that I will not forget the passage that I learned about the passage, and the outlining, how to do. I got some an idea, remembering those times when you and me studying, outlining.
Well, once
5 years ago.
you finish taking care of business, we can do some of those outlines together again.
Do you Yeah, if I'm already there, yeah, I'm done my business because if
Yeah,
I am
because you
already,
always have business, right?
yeah, and this time, my goodness, guys, I don't
But the
know how.
business costs money. You don't make money.
Yeah, and I don't have get any money, and I just wanna let wait a minute,
Oh, you're
guys.
gonna pull out the
I'm
documents?
working this. How many papers is this?
Yeah, just to register our marriage in
I'm
the Philippines,
not not
even though it's accepted in Hong Kong and in the US, all
yeah.
of that
No,
just to
I
register
need
our
I need
marriage.
to I need to do it. I need to do it because I need the what the U F UFO CFO. Yeah, I need CFO in order me to go there. They will upload. They will outload it.
tell
Up,
tell the tell the audience about the story about how you felt like you needed to go to Cebu, and you went to Cebu and you met that lady, and tell them about the
yeah,
Japan situation.
yeah. I thank God,
And you only
and
have
and
6 minutes, so
uh,
it cannot
I
be a
think
normal Janet story.
yeah, I thank God, and I think this is God leading me to go to Cebu because God let me know this person who is working on her, like a visa going to her husband, but in Japan, and she already in the airplane. No, not already. I don't know if she already in the airplane, but she already there. Have tickets, have everything, and suddenly Philippines take her out of the plane because she didn't uh, register her marriage here in the Philippines. Registration, it is the certificate of Filipino overseas. So I need to have that certificate Filipino overseas in order me to not to come over there, to come to my husband's place. So I need to. That's the reason why I need to do this. It is 5 sets of every documents that I have. So 5 sets, So every set is like this.
Okay. Can you
Yeah,
tell the
still have missing. I didn't have any. I need to do tomorrow for notary notary my all the documents that I have. My
okay.
goodness, how much? Charlie, how much is this for notary?
Well, notarization is usually free. It's free in America. Like if I go somewhere to get something notarized, it's
Hmm.
free. So maybe it's free there, but
I'm
we'll
not
find
sure.
out. Anyway,
Yeah,
can you
I'm
tell the
going to the
audience what they
government.
can do? They don't
Oh
need to
yeah.
notarize.
Yeah, and please keep me this in prayer. Keep me in prayer about the papers that I'm facing right now. Got to finish it to send this to the DFA. So anyway, and thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much for being with us and up to this time, and praying that you will learn something. And if you think that is beneficiary for others to learn also, please share this video to others, and just be happy while doing outline, for outlining when you are doing the passage. When you preach or when you teach, you need to do outlining the passage that you are going to teach or to preach. So, yeah, I hope this video will help you, and please keep this ministry in prayer. Please support Layman Seminary through clicking through clicking the link below. Okay. So that's it, Travis.
God bless. Thank y'all.